I know we're all this week saddened by the loss of the late night show with Stephen Colbert on CBS. Because politics ended his show way too early, and he is writing, but that gives him time to write the next Lord of the Rings film, and do other projects and have more time with his life in South Carolina. We will miss you, Stephen Colbert. Anyways, moving on. Anyways, moving on from that somber note, how we doing? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Gio and JT Podcast. This is episode 11. Gio, you know what time is? It is.
Cue that theme music!
Gio, JT Podcast under 30 minutes. So, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode, and this is episode 11. And we didn't finish talking about Hamilton last episode because someone thought he revealed himself on the internet. He did it, but I couldn't go back to record it because technical issues. So this is part 2 of our Hamilton.
It's like 10 and a half, I guess.
No, this is going to be episode 11. Episode 11.
Okay.
So this is so yeah, we're going to finish talking about Hamilton. And last episode we talked a bit about the history. Let's talk about a bit about the other stuff, the music and all of that. So give me a second. But first, let's talk about probably your favorite character in the show, or the actor.
Favorite?
So
my goat.
So we're gonna watch this. Oh man, we can't. Oh yeah, because I mute this tab. Anyway, so Daveed Diggs, the actor who plays Lafayette and Thomas Jefferson in Hamilton, has only ever done one stage musical, which was Hamilton. Because and this interviewer asked him, "Hey, if you were in any other if you were ever in another musical, would you do it?" And he's like, "Nah, at least stage musical." Let me say that. He's been in he's been in some movies that were musicals. The 2013 Little Mermaid, live action Little Mermaid. He played Sebastian there, and he's done some others. I can't remember. I've probably watched them, but yeah. But stage-wise, he thinks Hamilton's probably going to be the only stage musical he ever does because Lin-Manuel wrote that role with mind of him. When he was writing down the role, he thought of Daveed Diggs, his friend, because they were friends. Because remember, I said last episode that Daveed Diggs was there pretty much since the first production versions of Hamilton. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then let's go back to talk about let's go back to our good old friend Wikipedia. So let's first talk about so Hamilton is rap, was rap sung through, like I said last episode. So what came out of it being sung through was how do I say this? It introduced a lot of people who weren't musical theater people into the world of musical theater, and also it introduced that, and because Lin-Manuel's great lyricism in music, and it very much, I think I might have said this in the last episode, but basically Lin-Manuel was trying to say this. He created a show, like it says here, that is America then told by America now. And I want to talk a bit about the music. So there's a theory out there that every character who raps in the show dies, which I can't music theory wise. Okay, that's an interesting theory. I'm not gonna lie. And I kind of think that because if you think about it, Eliza never really raps.
Right. What about Aaron Burr? Did you say he rapped?
Aaron Burr's an interesting character because he is a character in the story, but he's also kind of our narrator. He's breaking the fourth wall, and so I mean, he in the show story, in the main story of the show, I don't see it that way. That's just not the way I see. But yeah, because like it's some inconsistencies. But like the actor who plays John Lawrence and Philip, uh, uh, John Lawrence and Philip, and it, his character, that character, both of those characters, very close to Hamilton, both die, and they both rap. But like then you get characters like Lafayette who kind of just disappears, because like
he just goes back to France, I think.
he just goes back to France. So there's like inconsistencies. And then another thing I really want to talk about was how wow, I do not have my thoughts together. Is how that this show is inspired by a bunch of other musicals and has actually things. So like the end of the show or the end of Act 1, Nonstop.
Yeah.
That song is inspired from Les Miserables' Act 1 ender, One Day More. I'll show you this after we finish recording this episode. But it had the way that Nonstop goes is it puts all of our kind of plot points and like puts them right in the center,
Yeah.
And that's the same. That's what One Day More does. And if you don't know, Les Mis was a big inspiration on Lin-Manuel and like the way of doing characters. And there's similarities I found. Similarities, I should say, not way of doing characters. But like One Day More, Lin-Manuel, I think I said that that song inspired the end of the One Stop or Nonstop.
Yeah.
And like especially at the end of those songs where you have multiple characters singing different things that they've sang throughout the show, all at once. And then in the song,
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
To see that.
And then in the song, musical numbers, where is it? Say No to This, the end of that song, where nobody needs to know, that is from a different musical. That is not from Hamilton. That is from
I did not know that. Where is it from?
Years. Which is a musical, a one-act musical that just has two actors. And it's a song, it's 90 minutes. Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, because you just put your head down. Anyway, where nobody needs to know, that comes from a different musical. Last 5 years, great musical. It's a one act. It's 90 minutes, and it's also sung through. It has 14 songs, I think. And it's about this couple, and their relationship. So like, the main characters are Jamie and Kathy. So we see Kathy's story, from the end of their relationship to the beginning of their relationship, and we see Jamie's story through their beginning of the relationship to their end. It's really cool. I don't know, you might like it. There's a film version with Anna Kendra and Jeremy Jordan, which that one's great. But yeah, like Lin-Manuel got permission from the original composer and writer of the last 5 years, which had its 25th anniversary recently, to use that bit there. Like there's a song called Nobody Needs to Know towards the end of the show. So yeah. And like the part in the Adams administration where Hamilton's like, "Sit down, John, you whatever." That comes also from another musical called 1776, where people are like,
Okay.
the opening song is "Sit down, John, sit down, John," John Adams. And like, because people in that musical, they say, I'm I'm a modest and disliked." I think that's what he says. I think that's what, I can't remember, but like that's also another thing Lin-Manuel took inspiration from musical wise. And wow, I'm so blanking on today. I am the let's talk about the legacy of this. So there were a lot of the legacy impact. So in 2015, the U.S. Department redesigned the $10 bill to, wait, does that have to, nope, not saying that. Never mind. Ignore that. Politic. Oh, parodies. Let's talk about parodies. So I think I talked a little bit about this, but Hamilton or Lin-Manuel allowed different parodies over the 2016 year. Every month there was a new song parodying something in Hamilton. One of them being a Weird Al Yankovic parody, which was a polka melody of Hamilton songs. I love that song.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then let's see. I don't know what else to talk about. Gio, let's talk about, what do you think about Hamilton?
If I'm being brutally honest here, I think it is the greatest musical that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I think if it is a great learning experience, obviously, not just about history and stuff, but also about like certain parts of like how certain musicals do certain things. For example, I thought it was really cool to see the spinning stage for Hamilton. I'd never seen that before, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was built for Hamilton, I think, or I can't remember. But like, I also love how little sets they used for that show,
Right.
and a lot of its lighting. And I'm again, I've grown up with Hamilton, and it's a big part of my life. It will always be hold special place in my heart. But in my opinion, I've seen a lot. There are, in my opinion, some better musicals, because I feel.
Really?
Oh yeah, I think Les Mis
What
is
would you
better.
say is better than Hamilton?
Les Miserables is, I think, better than Hamilton.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah. I also think that what did I say? Into the Woods. I mean, that one had that. Okay, I love Into the Woods.
I'll agree. It's pretty good.
Okay,
I do not think it's better than Hamilton. But
I think it has a Hamilton. I feel is. I'm not a big fan of rap. Rap has never been my thing. So, that's kind of why I'm like, I will always adore it, but Hamilton, right. I feel like also is a bit. It has, what it's done is it's created some like some people think that Hamilton is the musical, and it kind of also created this thing of like Broadway, or this is just a general thing of Broadway, that like the best musicals out there are only on Broadway, and that's a dumb thing. Like Little Shop of Horrors is a great musical. It never went to Broadway.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There are great off-Broadway musicals or local theater, like Star Kid. If you guys have watched Star Kid, all of their musicals, there's one musical went off Broadway, but none of them have been on Broadway. All of them have been through YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Don't look them up, Gio. YouTube will not like their stuff. Anyway, their music. I mean, you might. Anyways,
Never
that's
know.
all we're going to have. That's all we're going to talk about for today. I know this is a shorter episode, just because we're going to film a lot of episodes today. Two more, the Lane Tramp and Peter Pan and Lane Tramp episode, and I kind of felt like we kind of covered a bit of the Hamilton last time. So, see you
Yeah.
guys later. JT out.